To truly understand what ignites a woman's desire, especially as we match you, have to move beyond assumptions and listen closely to what her body and her solence is really saying. It's not always about intensity or performance. Often it's about attention. To the overlooked details, something as simple as a kiss placed gently on the neck can speak volumes. In fact, studies reveal that 94% of women find kisses on the neck to be incredibly arousing. This isn't just a physical reaction, it's emotional. The neck, the abdomen, the ears, these are intimate areas that, when touched with intention, awaken a woman's trust, texament, and vulnerability. These subtle acts tell her she is seen, desired, and worth slowing down for. Many men are surprised to learn that quite a number of women find sex during menstruation not only acceptably, genuinely pleasurable. While some partners tend to shy away from intimacidering, this time many women experience hated sensitivity and deeper emotional openness. It's in these quiet moments where there's no performance, no pressure, just presence, that some of the most meaningful connection can unfold. Yet it requires a man who can see beyond old taboos and meet her where she is with patience and confidence. Perhaps the most misunderstood truth is how a woman reaches climax only about 15 to 18%. Both women are able to orgasm through vaginal penetration alone. The rest require focused attention on the clitoris. A piece of her anatomy that is often overlooked holds the key to her pleasure. Around 80% of women achieve orgasm through clitoral stimulation, and nearly 40%. The first type she craves, the man who listens to her bodies, whose believe that their nipples deserve far more attention than they usually receive. These are not just statistics, they are original reminders that true intimacy is about learning, not assuming, listening, nayud, leading, and being fully present in each tender moment. Intimacy be chemestrally unforgettable when it goes beyond drowning and touches something deeper, something sensory, emotional, and almost spiritual. For many couples, as special as SOs, over 50, rediscovering this depth, not about learning new tricks, but about reawakening old instincts with intention and care. One of the most powerful ways to deepen physical news and emotional connection is through sensor play. A simple blindfold, for example, might seem like a playful novelty, but it does something extraordinary. It invites trust. When sight is removed, every touch, every whisper, every breath becomes amplified. She feels more, not just physically, but emotionally, because you are guiding her through a shared experience, where presence matters more than performance. Even the way you prepare for intimacy can set the tone for a more meaningful connection. Sharinga, warm bath or stepping into the shower together before bed not only relaxes the body, but increases blood flow to her most sensitive areas, particularly the breasts and nipples. The water, the warmth, and your touch combine to make her feel nurtured and cherished. Not just arouse. This kind of foreplay creates anticipation and builds a foundation of safety and desire. Using natural lubricants like coconut oil or even saliva, when done with care and respect, can dramatically enhance pleasure. The key is in the delivery. Apply it gently, warming it between your fingers first, and use it as part of the experience, see-through than a means to an end. Standing six, often underestimated, gives men breath or control and can help delay climax, while also positioning the body in a way that enhances G-spot stimulation. And in contrast, the spooning position, gentle, close, and intimate telos for emotional connection, and whispers in the dark. These techniques aren't just about sensation, they are about saying without words, I'm here, understanding. Her sensual zones, neck, abdomen, ears, and emotional touch. CUI, want all of you. There are remnants in intimacy that linger long after the lights are out. It's a kind of moments that live in the mind and body like a memory you can feel. For many women, it's not just the act of sex that stays with them, but the way they wear and made to feel during it. The positions that become unforgettable are the ones where They felt completely seen, deeply connected, and thoroughly cherished faced intercourse when paired with attentive. Clitoral stimulation is one of the most powerful ways to build that emotional and physical intimacy there. Is something undeniably sacred about being that close, gazing into each other's eyes, matching breaths, exchanging just touch, but emotion that clitoral. Focus ensures her pleasurement's at the center of the experience while the eye contact creates a bridge between bodies and hearts doggy style often misunderstood as merely physical takes on a completely light form. Meaning when combined with a vibrator that targets her clitoris, it becomes an act of devotion, your hands guiding, supporting, and amplifying her pleasure the position itself allows. It's for deep penetration, but when you add external stimulation, you create a dual experience that speaks to her. Body's full range of sensation, it's bold intimate. And when done with corinably empowering for her Thanther's oral sex, a deeply personal and vulnerable act. When it's done with presence and generosity, when a man focuses entirely on her pleasure, without rushing, without needing anything in reader, it creates more than physical realities. It builds trust. It tells her she's worth exploring, worth savoring, worth time. These aren't just positions there. Invitations to Beatty's second type. She craves the man who respects her emotional rhythms, now touched and loved in ways that leave a lasting imprint on her soul understanding. A woman's emotional and psychological cues is like learning a language without words, a language that speaks through tone, touch, and timing. Attraction in women is rarely loud or obvious. It reveals itself in the softness of her voice, the way her eyes linger, or how her body naturally moves closer to yours without saying a thing during intimacy. If she wraps her legs around you, it's not just about physical closeness, it's a deep emotional signal. It means she wants to hold you, pull you in, and stay connected. That gesture is far more than desire. It's a declamation of trust, craving, and emotional intimacy. Once after she reaches orgasm, a woman's body shifts into a state of heightened sensitivity. What once felt pleasurable may now feel overwhelming. Her clitoris, the epicenter of her pleasure, needs time to rest and recover. It could take 5 minutes, or it might take an hour, but what matters more than the time is how you respond. A Monwo is gentle, patient, and observant. In these moments becomes someone she can fully let go with. These are the moments that builds a lasting sense of emotional safety. And let's not forget something seemingly small yet immensely kissing. A bad kisser can ruin everything. Why? Because a kiss is often the first clue to how a man will handle her body, her needs, and her heart. It's an early glimpse into his rhythm, attentiveness, emotional intelligence, and that's what she truly craves. Not just a man who looks strong, but one who is confident to be present, calm enough to listen, and wise enough to understand what her silences are saying. That second of man who lingers in her memory long after the night has an intimacy should be a place of trust, exploration, and emotional safety, not danger or fear. Yet too often important boundaries are crossed, not out of malice but out of misunderstanding. It's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment, especially when so much of what we see in media arises rough or dominant behaviors. But here's the truth that too few men how to create deep trust through timing, patience, and presence. Here, over 600 people in the United States are rushed to the emergency room each year due to strangulation-related incidents during sex. That's not passionate, it's reckless. Passion without communication is a recipe for harm every act, no matter how exciting it may seem, is rooted in mutual consent and emotional awareness. Because when a woman feels unsafe, she doesn't just shut down physically, she disconnects emotionally, and when that happens, the connection you've worked so hard to build can unravel in a moment. It's also importante understand what many women silently endure but rarely voice. Around 95% of women report that they dislike having their head or hair grabbed during oral sex. This isn't about being overly sensitive. It's about the feeling off-bung overpowered in a moment. Thatch'll be completely about her pleasure. She wants to feel free to receive, not forced into it. What creates lasting attraction isn't aggressive dominance as strength paired with care, desire matched. With respect, and while fantasies about threesomes may seem exciting, that dynamic into a romantic relations is a risk many regret. Jealousy, insecurity, and emotional FUD can surface quickly even when intentions are pure. If ever explores out, should be done outside of a committed partnership with boundaries clearly agreed upon at the heart of Olaf. This is a simple truth. When a woman feels safe, she opens fully. That safe dies your power. It's what makes you unforgettable. When it comes to female leisure, many men still carry outdated beliefs, thinking that if a woman uses a vibrator, it must mean something is missing in the relationship, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, around 20% of women use sex toys regularly, not out of dissatisfaction. A tout of self-awareness and independence, these tools aren't replacements for connection. They are enhancements of it. A woman who understands her body, who knows that brings her pleasure, is far more likely to share that knowledge with the third type she craves, the confident, intentional leader partner, leading to more fulfilling key for both. It's not about replacing a man, it's about a woman reclaiming the right to experience her own pleasure without guilt or restriction. The myth that vibrator screed dependency is just that, a myth. In fact, regular use has been shown to boost libido, increase sensitivity, and help women achieve orgasm more consistently. Think of it not as competition, but as a guide. It teaches her what she likes and gives you as her partner insight into how to touch her in ways that matter. It's not about mechanics. It's about connection, learning, and mutual exploration. And let's not forget the incredible benefits of a woman's orgasm beyond pleasure. During climax, her heart rate can soar to 180 beats per beat, releasing a wave of endorphins that flood her body with natural pain relief and emotional release. Headaches, cramps, even stress melt away in those moments. Her pleasure is not just physical. It's a healing, empowering experience, and the man who supports and encourages that kind of release becomes not only her lover, but her sanctuary. That's the role you can step into if you're open, if you're willing, and if you understand the deep beauty of her pleasure. There's some neat thing undeniably attractive about a man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to say it, not with arrogance, not with entitlement, but with calm, grounded confidence. That's where the simple yet powerful phrase, "I want," comes in. It's more than just words. It's a signal of clarity, direction, and emotional maturity, three qualities that women find incredibly magnetic, especially as they grow wiser in love. When a man says, "I want," with sincerity, becomes a leader in the moment, offering presence rather than passivity. A world where so many people hesitate or avoid stating their feelings directly. A man who speaks from his truth stands out in the most powerful way. It's not about controlling the outcome or demanding your way. It's about expressing your desires with intention. For example, saying, "I want to take you to dinner this Friday," carries a different energy than, "We could go out sometime if ya went." The first is an invitation. The second is indecision. When you say "E went," to get to know you better, you're telling her that you see her, that you've chosen her, that you're not afraid of your vulnerability. That confidence paired with emotional respect creates a space where trust and intimacy grow. Many men confuse passivity with politeness, but when you constantly say whatever ya went, or "I don't know," you intentionally signal a lack of self-direction. Women don't need how to use "I want" to build magnetic attraction over 50 perfection. They need presence, and presence begins with owning your feelings and your voice. "I want" is not selfish, it's a gift. It tells her you're willing to show up. And in return, Shilian in because confidence with kindness is the most irresistible combination of fall. True intimacy was never meant to be perfect. It's not measured by flawless technique, nor by how many times passion ignites in a week. It's something far more sacred, something that deepens with time, not disappears. As we grow older, The world around us often sends the wrong message that desire is for the young. That connection fades with wrinkles. That excitement belongs to another chapter, but the truth is real intimacy begins. We finally let go of performance and lean into presence. It lives in quiet minutes, in unspoken understanding, in the gentle touch that says, I'm still here with you. Intimacy thrives on awareness of yourself, your partner, and the space between you. It asks for patience, not pressure. It welcomes curiosity over assumption. It invites you to listen not just to words, but to breath, to energy, to longing that doesn't always have a language. When two people can meet each other without the masks, without shaman, without needing to prove anything, something beautiful unfolds. That's where closeness lives. That's where passion becomes more than just physical. It becomes emotional. Evan's spiritual desire doesn't vanish with age, simply changes its rhythm. What once felt urgent now feels rich. What once was surface becomes layered, and in the evolution lies a rare kind of fulfillment. There's a different kind of fire that comes with experience, not a blaze that burns fast and fades, but an ember that glows deep and warm and lasts through the night. Intimacy after 50 is not a closing door, it's an opening. To live with more presence, to touch with more intention, and to finally understand. What we crave isn't perfection, but connection that's real, honest, and lasting on. This story, the central character is Aman, over 50, who begins to rediscover the forgotten art of kissing, why it still matters. Mass natural power to connect with women. Not through youth or perfection, but through emotional presence, quiet confidence, and genuine intimacy. Along the way, he learns that women crave men who pay attention to these subtle details. A kiss on the neck, a warm glance, a confident I want. He comes to understand that true attraction isn't about grand gestures, but about being thickened of man who makes a woman feel safe, seen, and desired. He embraces new ways of closeness, using touch, communication, and shared vulnerability. He realizes that sex isn't just physical. It's a gateway to emotional intimacy, healing, and trust. By learning to listen to her body language, respect her boundaries, and lead with clarity, he becomes unforgettable. What women secretly think about vibrators, toys, and threesomes, not because he tries to be someone else, but because he finally becomes himself. Didn't chase perfection, chase connection. Women want real presence, not pretense. Speak from the heart. Listen with your full attention and honor her needs with care. It's never too late to learn to love more deeply or to reignite intimacy. Age doesn't take desire away. It teaches you how to make it last.